I've got 9 headstones this cemetery to clean. I've got 5 here, and I've got 4 others in another location in the cemetery. We're going to start out with a cleaning with Orvis soap, and then we're going to do a treatment of D2 after we rinse the Orvis soap off to continue to kill any other biological growth. These stones are partially polished granite, and they are really nasty looking, as you can see by the photos that I've taken of them. So I think these are going to clean up really nice today. Over the next couple of weeks and even months, they'll start to look even better. So I can barely read these names without getting really up close and personal with them. In about 20 minutes or so, when we're done cleaning them off, they'll look a lot better. Let's get started. Okay, so I mixed up my Orvis soap and water, and I went over and I just applied a little bit to the tops of the headstones where the information is at, and I'm just gonna let that sit for a couple of minutes. It'll start to soften up things, and it'll make my job a little bit easier here. So put that on. I'm gonna let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then I will start to clean them each individually. Okay, so that stuff's been on there for a little bit now. I'm sure things have softened up a little bit. It rained yesterday, so these haven't been dry for very long, but sometimes when the lichen and stuff is baked on there, it's nice to soak them a little bit before we get to scrubbing. So let's see if we can. Yeah, we got all of them. Okay. Pour Orvis soap and some water. Get to work. Okay, now that we've cleaned them, we're going to start the rinsing process. I'm going to have to get some more water. Okay, got some more water. Make sure we rinse these off good. Okay, so after the Orvis soap, you can see exactly how much material that stuff removed. Just the Orvis soap and the brush. Now there's still a lot of material on there that needs to come off. So we're gonna treat it with D2. I'm gonna come back in probably a week or so, and I'm going to scrub them, see how much more stuff comes off of them, and then spray them with D2, and probably, depending on how they look at that point, they may either be done or they may take some more time, but that's pretty much the gist of it. So we're going to treat them with D2 and then move on to the other 4 over in another section of the cemetery. So let's get that done and we'll head over there. Okay, so there's that. 5 stones. I've been here probably half hour total. That's all it takes really to get them started. Now it's just a waiting game with the D2. See how much stuff it kills off, which it'll kill it all. Probably in a couple of days, really. This stuff works really good. And then we can come back and take the dead material off. So about a half hour, 5 stones. They'll be looking good in a couple of days. Let's go over and check the other 4 out. Okay, here's the other 4 stones that we got to clean today. These ones are not near as bad as the other ones. You can actually read the names. They're a little bit different styles, so they tend to not get quite as dirty. They allow the water to run off a lot better. Even these flat ones, it's fairly new, so not too much growth on it. We're going to get these 4 cleaned up really good pretty quickly. But we'll get these 4 here cleaned up and treat them with D2, and that'll be it for today. Okay, now we'll rinse them and treat them with D2. We'll get a little more. These stones are a little odd. They seem to have not very much growth on them, but the growth that is there is seated in there really well. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. See, there's not a whole lot of growth on there, but you know, that stuff is didn't come off with the brush and the Orvis. So we'll spray some D2 on there. It'll kill it, and it'll remove really easily the next time we come over here. And this stone, you can really see it. It's more like an algae than anything, and it's in there really good. We'll put some D2 on here. The next time I come over here, I'll bring a little brush and detail everything really good, and some paint stick, and I'll clean that out really good. This was just a really good initial cleaning. You can see all of these stones have that really fine kind of like an algae somewhat on them. So D2 is going to do a lot of good to these. So we'll get these sprayed down and check on them in a few days. Alright, so now we're going to spray the whole stone down with D2, and as you can see, these flowers are sort of close to the back of this stone, and back there they're pretty close too. So what I've got here is I've got a trash bag that I cut open, and I'm going to pull those flowers back just a little bit, lay this trash bag in so we don't spray those flowers at all. Now, the D2 won't kill the flower per se, so if these were perennials that would come up next year, which I don't think they are, I think these are annuals, but if they were perennials, yeah, the flower above ground, wherever we get the D2 on it, may die right now, but it won't go down and kill the root of the plant or the bulb. It will allow the plant to come back next year. So in order to keep the plant from getting discolored and looking nasty this year, I'm just going to cover it up with this trash bag real quick. We'll spray it down with D2 and then we'll move on. Just like that. Now we don't have to worry about any overspray. I've got some lilies that I planted in front of my third great grandfather's headstone. This same cemetery that the first year I accidentally sprayed some D2 on them, and they looked like they were leopard spotted. But they never died, so I just like to try to make sure that other people's flowers don't get ruined. So I'm going to keep on going right down the line and do that to all of these, and we'll be done. And there you have it. We got 9 stones started today. About a week or so, we'll come back and touch them up. Hopefully most of them will be completely cleaned off and have another happy customer. Hey guys, well, it's been a little over 3 weeks since I started cleaning these headstones for this client. If you'll remember, I think there was 9 headstones. There actually ended up being 10 headstones plus the military headstone that he asked me to clean for him that I did for free. These stones turned out really good. These granite stones were probably the hardest to come clean I've ever had. Earlier in the video, I cleaned them with Orvis soap and water. Treated them with D2. I came back almost 2 weeks later and I treated them with Orvis soap again to remove the stuff that had died and loosened up. Sprayed them with D2 again, and that's where they're at right now. So I'm gonna flip the camera around. I'm gonna show you what they look like now. I'll show you some before and afters. We'll go over and take a look at the other ones that I did too. I don't know if you guys remember these from earlier in the video, but they were really nasty, and some of them still have a little bit of black staining. That'll go away as time goes on, and next summer I'll come check on them and see how they look, and if they still have a little bit left there, I'll knock them down. But looking pretty good, all in a row. Beautiful. Best looking stones in this whole section. Yep. Let's go over and we'll take a look at the other ones, and we'll wrap this up. Okay, well, please excuse the lawnmower noise in the background. They just started mowing the lawn, And that one's got a little bit of dark staining right there too, and over time that will go away, or it could be a characteristic of the stone itself. But boy, these are looking really, really good. Yeah, see, this one kind of has that same darkness to it, so I almost wonder if that could be just a characteristic of the stone. Those came super clean, and then I ended up doing a live stream on this one because I completely missed it, and I came over and hit it with a brush again this morning. You can see that it's still a little bit wet, and sprayed it with D2 again. But that's going to be done. So these stones turned out really nice. Well, there it is, another simple cleaning video. I say simple kind of as a joke, because there was a lot of stuff that went on that you guys didn't see. Those granite markers are probably the hardest ones that I've ever had to clean. But if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. Share it with your friends. Check out my other content. I've got a lot of other content, and I've got some new stuff coming up that you're really going to enjoy. So, and remember to ring the bell so you don't miss anything else just like this.